The team's income is looking very robust right now. It's time for you to have a think about our profit margin and what areas of the operation might benefit from that money. Okay, we've had the new parts come through the fabrication process. We'll have them with us for the next Grand Prix. Thanks for handling that. Our new parts have completed without issue. They'll be on the car ready for the next race weekend.
Well, as the sun goes down, the speeds go up. It's almost time to get underway for this shootout for the fastest time and the best possible grid position for tomorrow's race. Let's get on with it. It's qualifying for the Bahrain Grand Prix.
Okay, me again, mate. We've made some changes to the way that ERS works this year, so you're going to have multiple modes to choose from in the race now. Have a play around with them in your MFD during the practice sessions and think about how you might use them on race day. I'll check back with you soon to chat more about it. That's us pushed down into P15. Car repairs have set us back a little.
Whoops. My mic was disabled. But anyway, I was saying, Mustafa, for the first time this season, radio check, and I was saying, this engine sounds horrible, unless it's just me. Unless I'm not used to the Ferrari engine. But here we go then. Into turn number 1, smoothly bend the car through. No need to put too much pressure on the throttle then. And through the car goes then, and up the hill. And we do go purple sector 1 then, 27.8 through the first sector as we hit the curb here. George Russell, 128.6 then, so the man who is in Mercedes' car, he's sticking to Mercedes after a solid, beautiful battle in Season 2. Unfortunately, George lost out in the championship title fight. We gained the title fight. And yeah, chat, I'm saying to you now, this is going to be a solid season here in Season 3. And we have a brilliant team. And the Discord server essentially is the team. They're back in Brackley. Well, not Brackley now. Back in Maranello. We have a great team. You know, we have James, who's the not CEO, but essentially co-owner of the team. We have Mustafa, who's my engineer. He runs pretty much all the departments and is the CEO of the team because Lamphy's not here anymore. I don't know why, but yeah, Mustafa's essentially the man who runs the whole place, essentially the business. As we top the session, Russell second, Norris, then Leclerc, then Perez. As we big snap of oversteer there. Right there, how is the car feeling? Car feels amazing, mate. Car feels amazing. Let's see how much we topped it by. We topped it by a point distance. Senna is currently where? Let's see, where's Senna? Senna has no lap time on the board. Senna is currently P8. P8. So not bad from the driver there. Piastri has no lap time set on the board. Chat. Piastri's gone bottom last with a lap that he will not be able to conclude to Q2 with. Oscar Piastri, think about it, McLaren have had a horrid season in Season 2. For them to have P5, and there goes Piastri up to P3. And is Senna through? I'm crossing my fingers. He is through, ladies and gentlemen. Ayrton Senna is through to Q3 here in Bahrain for the season opener. Him and the man, the myth, the legend, kill driver, owner, GOAT. Thanks, man. What a beautiful sight to see both our cars in. Verstappen, P2 at the end. Pierre Gasly and Esteban Ocon. Both Alpines out. It's a shock. A big shock. See? But what a result then. Q2 essentially over. Q2 is over. And a radio check. A radio check. To radio, I'm just gonna stick in the garage for a bit, just to get a feel with the controls and stuff. Do you copy that? My chat isn't loading for some reason. Let me retry that. 1 second, guys. I can see some people commenting, or most of us commenting, I think. I'm gonna restart YouTube essentially. I can't believe the Mexican Minister of Disgrace got fired, chat. He was the best, you know, Mexican Minister of Disgrace. That's why they call him Mexican Minister of Disgrace. Feel bad for him, you know. Let's go out, Ben. The goat left us. Radio loud and clear. Very quick. Am I dreaming? Senna in Q3. I don't think you're dreaming, mate. No. Radio, can we just check the balance? Check the balance. Something doesn't feel right. As we managed to keep our car going through then. Verstappen in P3 at the moment. Red Bull look pretty strong around here so far this weekend. But here we go then. For I think the final time here in qualifying for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Can we do anything then? DRS wide open then. ERS open as well. Can we do anything into sector 1 then? We brake very early at turn 1. And I love Bahrain as a circuit. It's a beautiful W track and it's a brilliant track to start off the season. Imagine we start the season in Monaco, you know. Maybe Checo will have good luck. Never know. Monaco. Maybe Perez might win. Or his car might be screaming for help like it did this year when he got shunted into the barrier. But we do set 27.821 or 25 through the first sector. I didn't quite glimpse of it. I did see 27.8. But through sector 2 now, through this essentially banking corner, keep the car on the curb. No need to put the pressure on. Radio, bro. Radio, stop the car. A cooling fan is attached. Mate, what the hell? We gotta stop our car because we've apparently got a fan stuck to the car. Further, can the marshals take it off without touching the car? Shambles. Radio, what do I do? The marshals come and take off the fan. Radio, what happened? Oh God. Here comes my fellow mate, Carlos Sainz. Hey Carlos, don't worry about what happened. You see, if you use Ferrari powered engines, what happens? The fan gets stuck to the cooling system. There we go. Thank you so much, Carlos, for giving me no tow whatsoever. Well, we need to hit the barrier. We set a beautiful lap of a 155.8, 26.9 seconds away from George Russell then. Beautiful lap from us. W lap. But anyway, let's go and see what we can do then. Leclerc, everybody's in the pits, so they're all watching me. Let's shine on track then, I guess, if we can. If not, we will box and get a new set of tyres. We do have a spare set of softs to use, I believe. If not, we're cooked, because someone put a cooling fan on the car, and now we have to redo this entire lap essentially, so it's not really ideal for us. Yeah, radio, I need to box. I can't. This car's undrivable. Yeah, we gave essentially the wrong signal. We are sorry. Yeah, no problem. No problem. Just a bit upset, but okay. The WhatsApp group which I'm updating is crazy. Q3 is underway. Nikio has stopped. Has a cooling fan. Collins has said cooling fan is stuck to the car. He has continued. Shambles. We don't have a new set of softs. We're cooked. Unless we use the mediums, we're cooked. We're just gonna have to use the softs that we have. We don't have tires, chat. Oh dear. Not my fault. Yeah, not your fault, mate. Not your fault, don't worry. But here we go then. Senna and me, P9 and P10 is horrific to watch. Chat, Senna's leading the pack. Look, Senna's leading the pack. It's Senna from the two McLarens, then comes the Mercedes. But here we go then. Q3, I don't think we're going to get pole with these tires. But let's see what we can do. Power down the straight then. ERS and DRS deployment into turn 1. Brake very early indeed. We do make a bit of an error through the curb there, but it's not our fault. Look at the tires, man. The 15% tire wear. I can't handle with this, but we're gonna have to try and see what we can do then. Here we go, and it's a bit of a painful sight to see essentially, because we're not nowhere near essentially now. As we lose the car, the back end just slides because the tires aren't with us. Look at the tire wear. Wrong MFD signal. 13%. Norris is on pole for the Bahrain Grand Prix. We've gone off the track. I can't with this car. The car is literally undrivable with these tires. Verstappen is P6. Senna is in P9, and he will end off the session P9. We will be 10th for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Fredo, I have no words. No words. Fredo, I don't think we need to say anything here. Let's just box and we'll debrief it. We'll debrief it. And the reigning world champion, the man who's using number 1 this season, he's being told to abort the lap, and he comes into the pit lane. That is qualifying over for him. And the team have got the cooling systems down there, but that is it. That is it. And you can see the upsetness in his face as he's putting his gloves in his helmet visor cam, but it's not what you want to see from the man who was world champion essentially in season 2. Radio, what happened? I couldn't do anything, man, with this car. The steering wheel was vibrating so much, like it was like someone was punching the steering wheel, and then I had that issue with the slide because the tires were like so damaged. Sorry guys.
With qualifying complete,
that is Q1 over then. Lando Norris is on pole for the Bahrain Grand Prix for the first time in Bahrain. I think it is his first time. What a result. Gotta praise him for that. Congrats, Lando Norris. We start P10 with the time, a shocking time actually, but I don't want to talk about it. I think we may as well just debrief it. Not the start you want to see to a season opener. Now I need to find a Lando Norris pole banner. My phone just switched off, guys, so I'm not going to be able to look at the chat. Let me just... It's turning on, don't worry. I think no battery. It says 15%, so I don't know why, but... we shall see. But yeah, yeah, it's turning on now, so... I don't know what to say about that qualifying session. It was horrific to watch and to see. But you know, we'll move on to the race then. It's not where we want to start the race. P10 is not where you want to see, but you have a car that can perform, can cook around here, so we'll see what we can do. I honestly think we can do something good around here, but we're gonna have to try.
No more testing, no more practice. This is the real deal, and it's make or break here at round 1 of this year's Formula 1 World Championship. We go racing today around the 3.36 miles of the magnificent Bahrain International Circuit, with 15 corners and 2 good passing opportunities into turns 1 and 4. Keep an eye out for drivers locking the front left tyre into the tricky braking zone of turn 10. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Lando Norris put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. And it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Russell, Oscar Piastri, Perez, Verstappen, Leclerc, Sainz, Senna, the rookie, Tsunoda, Hülkenberg, Albon, Fernando Alonso, Gasly, Hauger, Stroll, Théo Pourchaire, Vesti, Bottas, Joe, and Esteban Ocon lines up at the back of the grid. With preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track. And alongside me in the commentary box today, a man who I always look up to, which is easier said than done, Anthony Davidson. Now, Ant, as much as I like testing, and I do love testing, and I've really enjoyed the build-up here and all the speculation, I really want to see some action. And finally today, we get some proper action on the track.
You're going to definitely see action, Crofty. Everyone's G'd up for this one. They've done the testing like you say. The drivers will be revving inside. Heart rate's going, trying to burst out their chest at this moment. With that anticipation, who's got the speed? We're going to learn now, once and for all.
I've got the banner. I just need to upload it now to say Lando Norris unfortunately is on pole. Let me just save the image. There we go. Radio check. Radio check. Just hold on, chat. I'm just gonna upload the thing, banner on Discord. I swear the connection around my area or London itself is just so bad. But meh, whatever. There we go. Alrighty, season 3, all pole positions. So yeah, team. While I'm just making this next graphic, what we're saying, what's our predictions for this race? Let's start with Mustafa. Mustafa, what's your predictions for this race itself? Who do you think is gonna win? What's your prediction overall as a team? What it is? Hello, Jack. Welcome. Mode 4 and Strat 2 at the start, please. Radio, I'm sorry, mate. No problem. Jack, sorry if I didn't see your message. My phone switched off. I don't know why. So, yep. So yeah. Give me your preds in the chat, guys. Yeah. Pretty upset to see that Senna has beaten me in qualifying. But it is what it is. For the first time, I think in ever, he's beaten me. But yeah, it is what it is. I'm not complaining. I'm happy. You know that he's Finally done something good in this team. He's beating me by 1 position, 1 place. It's not that deep, but yeah, it is what it is. Here we go then, for the race beginning. Medium tyres on the car. Those yellow stripe, medium white yellow tyres will have to essentially go the way. We are the only man on the grid with medium tyres. Everybody else has a set of soft tyres. We've used our softs. So we've cooked the softs to a way that we cannot essentially do anything.
We're almost ready to start the race as the cars take their positions on the grid, with the drivers and teams making their final preparations.
Here we go then. Our journey around the world to crown a Formula 1 World Champion will begin very shortly in 5 lights time. And the Bahrain Grand Prix is underway. It's a brilliant reaction time from Ayrton Senna. Meanwhile, the front two get away well too. We've had a horrific start, but we managed to keep it going well though. Into turn 1, there's Verstappen, there's Perez, and there's a bit of contact there. Verstappen covers off the inside line, forcing us off the track already, and it's been a very, very poor start for us. Meanwhile, we've gone ahead of Senna. We're going to have to concede with him. I don't know what the team are doing with the team orders this race, but Verstappen has pushed me off again, and that is not what you're meant to do, Max. You need to give the space. You need to, all the time you have to leave the space, and you did not do that again, and he's pushed us off the track again. Max Verstappen, what is he doing? I have no clue. And we've been told by our engineer to box for a new front wing, and there goes off the track is Nico Hulkenberg. He locks up, then goes off the track. There's yellow flag, someone spun at the back. Verstappen has ruined our race in a way that we're going to have to box. We're going to have to box. We have no choice. We have to box. And the car is very unstable now. We're going to have to box and pick and firm. Radio, what the hell did he do? Radio, what the hell did he do? That is so not right what he did, man. For sake. For God's sake. Radio, I'll stay out 1 more lap and then I need to box for new front wing. Radio, no, box. I need to box new front wing. And Max Verstappen, the man who was denied victory last season here at this track, after pushing us off the track, has done the same thing again as we go on to lap 2 of 20. We are going to have to box. Look at the front wing damage we have. And I'm sure my engineer Mustafa is already on the radio complaining to FIA stewards, and off the road we go. We have no chances of staying on the track with this broken front wing, and now we go off the track even more. We're going to have to concede and give all these positions away. It's been a torrid start to this race. Someone's had a spin at the back of the field. Oh! Off! Off, I think that's an engine failure. It is an engine failure for the Haas driver. And oh dear me, the Haas will not make it past lap 2. And could we get a safety car this race? Dennis Hager is out, and we lock up the track and go off the road. But could we definitely get a safety car this race? I don't know, but there is Joe Guan Yu getting by as well. Everyone is starting to overtake us now. This is a torrid start to the race for the Haas and our team. And we're off the road. We have to box. We can't. We have to box. Radio in. Radio. Sorry about that. Hey Jack. Sorry. And oh, we've got a puncture. And off the road goes Esteban Ocon. Ocon locks up and spins. We've got a puncture. And the safety car has been brought in out. We've got a puncture.
There appears to have been an issue with multiple stock vehicles on the track.
Ocon spun. We've got a puncture from that. It is. Oh, it's a. Fredo, retire the car. And there are tears in the garage as he's oh god, radio shit. To radio, Esteban locked up, and I ran in the back of Joe. I had nowhere to go. To radio, please tell me we have a good chance of this race still. Radio negative, you need to continue. To radio, I'll do it for you, man. I love you guys so much, so I'll do it. Radio, did Max get a penalty? FIA, no penalty for no further investigation. Radio, did he get a penalty? Mate, what the hell did he do, mate? He can't do that. You know he did the same thing to Lando last year. He did the same thing to Lando. George did the same to me as well, but he apologized at least. So I respect George, but Verstappen doesn't do anything, and he's swearing on the radio, saying it's my fault for the crash that he just had, so it's not right. Please tell me he got a penalty, because this is not right. Radio, no. Simply lovely, eh? FIA love him. They love him. Everybody's in the pit lane now for new hard tyres, so this race is not played in our hands. We're cooked. We're cooked this race. There's a lot of action that just happened on track. So let me give you a brief run through. Turn 2 on the run up the hill where Roman had that big crash in 2020, Bahrain F1, the fireball one. Essentially, Verstappen was there, but he didn't move left, right, move veer left or right. We were there, we had nowhere to go, and then we already collided with him. We stayed out an extra lap, because the game will automatically force us to make 2 pit stops as we get disqualified, of course. And Esteban locked up, went off the track. Nico locked up and went off the track. Then Dennis Hauger had that incident. I ran in the back of Joe because Joe is on the left. I'm on the right. I'm on the left. Joe is on the right. Ocon locked up in front of me. I ran in the back of Joe. The front wing went under the car and then had a puncture. That's our race over, essentially. But Mustafa's essentially told us to continue this race on because he knows that the car has no damage now. So we have no damage on the car. As you can see, the floor is perfectly fine. However, we've lost 21 places, sorry. Dennis Hauger, though, you have to feel for the... No! Oh, come on. Radio, I don't care about the penalty. Radio, push. Radio, what the hell? The safety car's coming in. Radio, we may as well retire the car, mate. Sake, Joe! You also nothing. Radio, I hope we can do something about this race, yeah? Radio, he just tried to brake test me. The top 5 haven't pitted, so they're cooked. They've crewed this race. They've screwed up big time. However, we've got to survive a whole 15, 16, 17 laps on these tires. And there goes the green flags then. We can't overtake till the line, can we? We are cooked fish this race. I mean, it's a kick Sauber, come on. Radio sender, FIA, my regards, goodbye. Where are you going? I think Mustafa just quit. He's like, no, Mustafa, come on, don't quit. Come on, we're gonna triumph back in this race. We're gonna do a Checo Perez. Kidding. I hate to say this, but we need to do a Checo Perez back in 2020, Bahrain, Sakhir. My man went from DNFing at this corner to doing a Lewis Hamilton in Qatar, retiring, but he said the team said no, and then my guy managed to still win the race. Can we cook something out of this car? Come on, minimum points, please. As down the inside on Nico Hulkenberg we go, and FIA stewards, no further investigation between Max Verstappen and Akil, causing a collision, as Esteban Ocon has also been noted for causing a collision by locking up and spinning off the track. And also Akil's been noted for causing a collision and causing a puncture. I mean, I didn't really cause a puncture, but I did have a puncture on my car. Tire blew up. For the first time, I've actually had a puncture on lap 1. For the first time ever, I've never ever had a puncture on lap 1 ever in any F1 game. So thank you, Joe Guan Yu. Thank you, Max Verstappen. You know what? If I go wheel to wheel with Verstappen today, Max, you're not gonna see the flag today. You're not gonna see the flag. That's what I'm gonna say to you. Hello, Ducky. Just recovered from a karting injury. Gone, man. Hope you're doing very good, mate. Hope you're doing very good. Radio, thank you, FIA. As down the inside on Esteban Ocon, and Esteban Ocon banging wheels with us then. We're gonna give him a little bit of a push, and he sends a bollard into our cooling system. Is this some sort of murder plan? Does the grid want to murder me or something? Because they know I'm raining watch up. I have number 1 on the car. Come on, lads. Come on, chat. Come on, please. Just spare me. I'm not asking for much. Just spare my car. Spare me. Destroy my... Oh, big lockup from Lance Stroll. I mean, bro, it's Lance Stroll. You can't really be talking. It's Lance Stroll. Of course, Stroll's gonna lock up. But here we go. We're gonna absolutely send it 2 in 1, and we're gonna send it and hit Frederick. I can't do that to Vesti. Bruised rib and liver. What the hell? How? Like bad, and it opened up. Bro. Nah, bro, you fine out? Yeah. Okay, good, mate. Good to hear you're fine. Good to see that. Unfortunately, Ducky couldn't make it to Bahrain circuit due to his injury. However, he's watching back at Maranello and Brackley. Is that right, Ducky? Let us know in the comments below. We're gonna switch over then to the pit wall. Mustafa, just your verdict then on the lap 1 incident. Mustafa, can you give us your verdict here of your driver, number 1 driver, lead driver of the team, Akil, who is currently running P16, but he's rapidly moving around the track. But what actually happened on lap 1 with Verstappen, and how did the puncture occur, and if there's any more damage on that car, and can he continue? No, Mustafa, not Ducky, sorry. Down the inside on Theo Porsche, as Valtteri Bottas and Pierre Gasly go wheel to wheel. For the first time this race, Kick Sauber and Alpine are fighting. 2 diabolical teams in the game at the moment. My team is not really having a good race, as we nearly hit the back of Valtteri Bottas, but we managed to keep it going through with our driving skills. But VB, it wasn't Valtteri's fault, it was my fault. I should have backed out. I might start posting karting content. Did you fall off? No, Jimmy. Basically, lap 1, I started P10 this race because we had a bad qualifying. We went alongside with Verstappen, and also how is Lala? I'm still angry. I forgot why at this point. I'll explain that later on Discord, not here. But basically, we started P10 after a very poor qualifying, and then Verstappen went wheel to wheel. Rewind the stream, you'll see. But Verstappen went wheel to wheel with us, crashed into us, and then we had a puncture due to Joe and Pierre Gasly. But sorry, Esteban Ocon. But it is what it is. We're gonna move back up the field. Chat, the top 5 haven't pitted, so we essentially have an advantage of points. As it stands, we will be in the points, as there's Valtteri Bottas having to force him a bit off them. But we're aiming to get P10 above by lap 11, because then once them lot pit, we will have an advantage on the tyres, because we're going to have more warmer tyres than them. And I've also changed to a balanced setup for this race weekend, and there goes Valtteri Bottas. I mean, we have a bit of a damage on the car, he doesn't, so it is what it is. And here's Pierre Gasly then. We are going to get DRS on the Alpine driver then. Mustafa, radio, that was completely unnecessary from Verstappen. We lost many positions that he didn't even get a penalty. This is one-sided. We are so lucky there's no damage to the car. Yeah, I agree. You know, Verstappen, I gave him room, and you can see as we went up the hill to turn 4, which is this corner here where Checo crashed out in 2020, he physically forced me off the track over here like this. Like, I had nowhere to go because he had Checo alongside of him. However, he had plenty of space, so it is what it is. It's not like we can do anything now. All we gotta do now is just fight back. But yeah, Jimmy was asking what happened, so that's what happened. We collided with Verstappen. Verstappen hit us. I think he got a warning for the collision. I don't know. And then we stayed out an extra lap just to test out the car is drivable. Wasn't. Then the tire went under the front wing went under the car, punctured the tire. Thankfully is the last corner. Safety car came out for 1 lap, so it didn't really help. But off we go then, round to Pierre Gasly and up to P13 here in this race. Alex Albon P12 along with Fernando Alonso there. I think you should box for Inter. It looks like it's raining in Bahrain. Come on, Lala, let's just all have a joyful time. we wanna triumph back in this race. I think we can solidly get points. But yeah, Mustafa, if you can, nice livery. Thanks, Jack. Mustafa, if you can you update the WhatsApp group? Big lock up there. Alex, my bad. I'm sorry. Ready? I think you need to close the gap. Focus the kill. Yeah, sure. Jack, by the way, you could check the livery on my channel. I put a whole video on it. Oh, this is a nice switcheroo with Alex Albon here. The man who retains his seat. I mean, Alex had a really good season last season in Season 2, so he deserves to keep his seat in Williams. I don't know how Checo's he's still in Red Bull, because after what he did in Season 2, when he collided with Verstappen, it was crazy. Yesterday there was a super dirty driver at karting. We don't need me space since blue flag. Dang. Well, that's pretty bad, isn't it? Big lock up there from Ayrton Senna this time. So Senna's really struggling. I hate to say this, but Senna's really struggling. Lewis Hamilton's also struggling because Hamilton's dropped down many places. Didn't Norris? No, Norris started on pole. Norris started on pole. And yellow flag! And there is George Russell, and he's got smoke heavily pouring at the back of the car. And George Russell is out of the Bahrain Grand Prix. The man who we were fighting last season, he's being told to pull over. The guy's got flames at the back of the car. George Russell is out of the Bahrain Grand Prix. And to kick things off in Season 3 with round number 1 here in Bahrain, Russell is out. We are P10. And team orders, Senna let a kill by, and Senna will do that. But what is that? As Piastri pits, Russell has still stopped. There's double wave yellows down there as Senna lets us by. Thank you, Senna. I really appreciate that, mate. And now we have Yuki Tsunoda ahead of us. This is a brilliant race for us, and it's a race that will cost Mercedes big time in the constructors, and it will cost Russell, because Russell came into this weekend. Mercedes brought upgrades, chat. On the thingy, on the messaging email thing, which Mark sent me, Mercedes brought upgrades. As we pass Yuki Tsunoda, we're up to P7. We're doing a Max Verstappen in Brazil comeback, essentially. We're up to P7. We've got our fellow manufacturer ahead of us, Carlos Sainz and Ferrari. What a race this is turning out to be. 2 DNFEs in one race. There is George Russell's car, chat. There he is into that runoff. I can't really, show you guys because it's hard to turn and look back when you're at this camera. But there was George Russell's car. We now are gonna keep the car essentially in bay. Wow, this is a brilliant start to a race weekend. This is a brilliant start to the season, actually, to see. And in the pit lane, oh no! In the pit lane comes the top 5. We're up to P3. Checo Perez is ahead of us. Here comes us on Carlos Sainz, and we, with a shower of sparks, get past the Ferrari. And the man who was down in P22 on lap number 1 is now P2 and chasing on Checo Perez, whilst his teammate is out of the points. And Senna's P5. Oh my days. The race highlights, chat, is going to be extended race highlights. I'm going to give you a bit of a glimpse now, because this... My God, Hamilton's out of the points. Hamilton's 18th. Because Leclerc is last. That is actually embarrassing, you know. Wow. Wow. Mustafa's not even here. He went to get a latte. And down the inside on Checo Perez we go. And off into the lead we go. And a new race leader. Here in Bahrain, we lead on lap 11 of 20. And the crowd here in the standings are going absolutely wild. The team back in Maranello and Brackley are going wild, because they know what kind of race we've just pulled off. Lap 2, we came in the pit lane with a punctured tyre, a ripped front wing, possibly a disarmed suspension, but we're managing it, and we've taken the lead here on lap 12 of 20, and Perez can't do anything in that Red Bull because he's really struggling on those hard tyres. We, however, need to maintain these tyres to the end of the race. We still got a long way to go. So that's one issue. I just realised we have to maintain these tyres, because there is also a risk of a puncture on these tyres, knowing how hot it is around here in Bahrain. Unless someone wants to cause a red flag. Make AI higher. The AI is on I think 90 this season, 95, 90. It's not the AI, mate. I forgot to upload it on the Discord server, but ahead of this weekend I bought upgrades, because you know last season we were second in the constructors, first in the drivers. We got the money and everything, the bonuses. We got 55 million altogether, including the sponsor bonus and the marketing bonus, that I managed to buy enough upgrades for this weekend. I managed to buy the floor upgrades as well, because that's something we were struggling last season. That's why we're cooking this race. I'm really, really happy, you know, considering how we've fallen off at the start of this race. Have others pitted? Yeah, others have pitted. Everyone has pitted. However, the top 5 stayed out on lap 3 when the safety car came out, obviously because of the debris on the track. So Goofy our podium, Fernando P1, Joe P2, Albon P3. That's never gonna happen. Checo's struggling like in real life. Senna is you know what, praise Senna. Even if he doesn't finish in the top 5, if he finishes in the points, praise him, because we've signed him for this season thinking he can pull off something special. Oh, I think Leclerc's got an issue, chat. Look at the mini-map at the bottom. Leclerc was about under a second. He was next to Hamilton when he pitted, and now he's like about 4.5 seconds, 3.5 seconds according to my calculation. So I think he's got some sort of... Please tell me we're gonna finish this race, because we have a Ferrari engine, and I do not want to use the phrase from Senna will get a win this season. I doubt it, mate. I doubt it. I tried to sign Lewis. The thing is, I didn't have enough money to buy upgrades for the team. So I had enough money to buy him. I had 55 million, but I didn't. I tried, but he needed 6th or better car. You know, if EA didn't bug the game in season 1 back in what, October, I think they May they released the game. May or June they released the game. I bought it in September, October, August I bought it. If they didn't bug the game, my God, we would have been a best team right now. We would be winning the race by a margin. We would have Senna P2. We might have Lewis. So yeah, it is what it is. EA bugged the game. We're now repairing the damage essentially. The gap then to Checo Perez, 2.8 seconds then, 3 seconds now, as we lead the race along. Reminder, we have to keep these tires to the end of the race. We're gonna keep a set of softs ready, because I don't think there's a point of going mediums. We have one set of mediums, and then we have a punctured medium. Hards, yeah, we didn't bring a set of hards. We brought one set of hards, I think, this weekend. Let's see. Yeah, no hard tires available. Because apparently at practice they used it, so I don't know. Back up the pack to make it fun and then help Senna. True, you know, true. The thing is, I think Senna is overall slow, because look at the gap from him to Tsunoda, 2.5 seconds, I can't wait. Yeah, look at the mini-map, yeah. The black dot, essentially where the green dot is, so that's Fernando. That's the gap. I can't. If I back up the pack, then essentially Sainz and Perez are gonna dummy me, because they have a better car. I have a little bit of damage to the diffuser. You can see the diffuser is lime green a little bit, so I can't risk anything. If he does like have a decent gap, if you don't back them up, I would dislike this shit. I'll back them up on lap 16. Let me. I have to go eat dinner, unfortunately. I will back up the pack, Lala. I will restart. Well, I'm not gonna restart the game, but here I'm gonna pause it here, change it to settings. What can I not change? Simulation. Keep it there just in case the game bugs. I'll be back in like 10-15 minutes. We're gonna continue then. Okay. I need to let the controller charge as well. So yeah. See you all soon.